Hey, welcome back. Well, I've never done one of these oil pans on a Chevy 2.4, but first time for everything. So looks to me like up here this air conditioner bolt's probably going to have to be removed because it goes into the pan. The dipstick tube here has got me concerned. I'm not sure about it, but they attached it all the way up. Got the wiring harness attached to it. They have the tube attached to the air conditioner lines. And then of course the oil pan bolts. I think what I'm going to do is get started over here on the back side first. See what all's connected over there. And then once I get those out, I think I'll go right up into here. The smaller bolts are all coming out looking like about that size right there. And one of the larger bolts are here. That broke loose. Pretty nice beefy bolt there. This bolt right here is a front motor mount bolt, and it's in, I can't remember what the torque is on these. I'll post it later. Much tighter than the rest of them. This bolt right here is the middle one here, and it's fairly long. Alright, the bolt that goes in this hole is much longer. Now I just need to get these two front ones here loose out of there. I put a hand tightened a bolt in on this side and one opposite on the other side of the pan. I found from past experiences, if an oil pan decides to finally break loose, sometimes it'll drop quite suddenly, and I don't want it to do that. I've decided to remove the dipstick tube, so I'll be able to reinstall the oil pan without it being in my way. And in order to do that, I had to remove a wiring harness clip that's there, and then on the underside, back over underneath the manifold, there's another wiring harness clip on the tube. The tube goes from here down and then back over down below the intake manifold. And to get to the tube, I need to take a bolt loose. It's right below this hose, which this is the tube assembly that looks like it's all attached here. So I'm going to be removing what I have to here, and hopefully I'll be able to maybe weasel this tube on out of there, don't know. But to get to the bolt back down here, I had to remove the air cleaner assembly, give myself more working room, and that's pretty straightforward. You've seen that in other videos. Once you take that hose off right there, it goes over to here, and you're able to see the bolt head a little bit better, maybe get to it easier. It's a 10 millimeter. Okay, this is what the bolt looks like. It's a very small bolt, and I got lucky and it stayed with the wrench when it come out. This plastic piece here that is pressed into the bracket, and if I had to pry it loose, I probably broke the little ears on it. I don't know, but most likely I will end up having to get a plastic tie, real good one, put this back solid again when I reassemble everything. Okay, here's the dipstick tube, goes into the oil pan right here. It is not going to pull out from the top because of the manifold's in the way, the wiring's in the way, and so it'll probably come down with the oil pan to a certain amount for a certain amount, and then I'll have to take it loose from the oil pan then, and then I'll have to reinstall it into the oil pan before I push the oil pan back up. Okay, everything seems to be loose. I'm going to see if I can drop this oil pan. This looks like it could be a sort of a delicate pry point here. Just be careful. I just keep working it a little bit. So I remembered I had a couple bolts up in here on each side of the pan to keep it from falling. But once you're sure you got all the screws out, then it drops down. Then you got to figure out how to get it out from there. I think what's holding it now might be the dipstick tube. I don't know for sure though. Okay, the dipstick tube is a real pain, especially when they wrapped the wire around it and plugged it in, then fastened it to the frame, to a support on it. But I wish I'd have taken the connector loose first. Anyway, I'm to this point. And here's what it's looking like so far. And the oil pan. Okay, close and almost. And there it is. First thing I'm going to do is take that loose. That is a real pain. Then I'm going to clean it up. I believe my oil leak is right here, but I can't be sure yet.